Welcome back to your briefing now on the war of words between the new Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who apparently is still feeling a little scorned over President Trump winning the White House, not just once, but twice. Secretary Duffy posting big news. Talk to the DOGE team. They're going to plug in to help upgrade our aviation system. Seemed nice, right? Hillary quickly criticized that, saying the DOGE team had no relevant experience. Most of them aren't old enough to rent a car, and you're going to let them mess with airline safety that's already deteriorated on your watch. Wait, they've only been there 2 weeks. Not very cutesy or demure there by the former Secretary of State, as the kids might say. So with much class and respect, the new Transportation Secretary shot back, Madam Secretary, with all due respect, experienced Washington bureaucrats are the reason our nation's infrastructure is crumbling. You need to sit this one out. Let's bring in our political panel. Columnist at the Washington Examiner, Tiana Lowe-Desher, as well as Republican strategist and chairman of Texas's Fort Bend County Republican Party, our friend Bobby Eberle. Welcome to both of you.
Hey, Ed, good to see you.
Tiana, I want to start with you. What do you think about Hillary Clinton trying to be relevant again?
Let's rewind and recall that Sean Duffy was confirmed the morning of the plane crash in question. And unlike Pete Buttigieg, who waited, months to go to East Palestine, Sean Duffy was there that night holding a bipartisan press conference with D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser at about 1:30 a.m.
Yep.
Additionally, the DOGE guys are inherently tech bros, right? Everyone keeps on dunking on these young guys that have won accolades for decoding fossilized scrolls. Mm-hmm. And yet the tech element is precisely what we need when we see not just on the FAA side, which, yes, was, we know, understaffed because of Obama-era diversity initiatives, but also the actual tracking software in these Black Hawk helicopters. We need more tech, not less. And this is in part why Hillary Clinton lost.
Yeah, exactly. People don't like, and you make a good point about what really happened at the FAA. Bobby, on that point, Hillary actually went deeper for some dumb reason and said that the airlines had gone 16 years without fatal crashes. Then MAGA fired the FAA chief, gutted the Aviation Security Advisory Committee. Fact check, none of that's true, I'll tell you in a second. And then threatened air traffic controllers with layoffs. Now there have been 2 fatal crashes. Hope your unvetted 22-year-olds fix things fast. Well, Sean Duffy calmly said, I know you're lashing out because DOGE is uncovering your family's obscene grifting via USAID, but I won't let you lie. The FAA administrator announced his resignation a month before Trump took office, and the air traffic controllers were always exempt from the Trump government buyout. Bobby, your reaction?
Yeah, they're trying so hard to slam the administration, but they're on their heels, right? They're always playing defense because Trump has come in. Trump 2.0 is a whirlwind. They can't keep up. As soon as he passes something and they go to complain about it a couple hours later, he's off to the next thing. And it's like with Schumer with the beer and the lime. I mean, it was just so stupid. Hillary tries, well, I'll slam him on this, and it goes nowhere because they're actually delivering. The administration is delivering for the American people. So the Democrats are just like complaining to complain, but it really shows how lost they are and how void of any kind of initiatives or leadership at all.
Speaking of being lost, Joe Biden has looked lost lately. We have some breaking news. Literally, the president of the United States, the current president, has just posted on Truth Social that he has revoked Joe Biden's security clearance and is now stopping his daily intelligence briefings. You know, former presidents will sometimes be read in. He set this precedent in 2021 when he instructed the intelligence community to stop the 45th president of the United States, Mr. Trump says, me, from accessing details on national security, a courtesy that had provided to others. And he also notes, Tiana, the Her report revealed that Biden suffers from poor memory and even in his prime could not be trusted with sensitive information. I will always protect our national security. Joe, you're fired. Make America great again. Tiana, here we are, nuking Biden on Truth Social on a Friday night. What's better than that?
I mean, it's true. Donald Trump is correct that Joe Biden did start it. But more importantly, it's the fact that if Joe Biden wanted, he could sit down with the neurologist to prove that the Her report was incorrect in some way, or ask them to release the recording of that deposition, of that testimony. Instead, we are relying on third-hand, second-hand reports from NATO leaders, G20 leaders, unnamed aides and staff that were secretly running the country for 4 years, who know that this president not only doesn't remember crucial information and what is classified and what is not, he doesn't remember what he has personally done and authorized, as Mike Johnson attested to. So it makes perfect sense that this is not someone who can sell access to state secrets anymore, or sell access to the White House anymore. So why should he be looped in on this sort of information?
Yeah, to your point, sounds like a common sense revolution that he talked about in the inaugural address. I repeat that line every night, Bobby, because it's true. There was a special counsel, as he suggested, Robert Hur, who was nominated by Merrick Garland, as I recall, Joe Biden's own attorney general. So you would think he knew what he was talking about. And Robert Hur said he was an elderly man with poor memory, that no jury would convict him for having this classified information because he was shot. He was out of it. So why would we continue to give him classified common sense, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, right. And he's gone. I mean, he's not in his right mind to prosecute, but we're going to let this guy be president. And of course, other people were running the country. But this move is classic. It's great because not only did Joe Biden do it to him, but this is the last person that you want getting classified sensitive information. You know, the Biden crime family, they might go try and sell it or something, but who knows what he'll just say, not knowing what he's saying. And that's the last thing we want right there. We want to take our national security seriously. And Joe Biden getting the information is probably the last person you want to have it.
Absolutely. And Tiana, it's interesting. Before that post, Donald Trump also nuked the board over at the Kennedy Center. Supposed to be all about performing arts. There's always these swanky black tie affairs and whatnot. And I guess there have been reports that they were pushing drag shows that were targeting kids there, that this wasn't just happening in libraries around the country and whatnot. And so he basically said he's firing multiple people from the Board of Trustees at the Kennedy Center and is going to appoint himself, actually, President Donald J. Trump, as the chairman of the Kennedy Center and bring in board members who won't be pushing drag shows. Tiana, common sense, right?
I mean, it's the existence of the Kennedy Center board and the fact that we still do have this much state funding of the arts is antithetical to what the founders wanted, right? They did not want a monarchical system of patronages where the ruling class could reward wealthy donors with low skills appointments. That's what foreign ambassadorships are supposed to be, correct?
Yes.
And so Trump is just making a mockery of something that should have been laughable to everyone long, long ago.
Absolutely. Bobby, you get the last word.
Well, it's just, I love Trump. I've never seen a politician hit on all cylinders the way this one is doing. And some of these moves, they're all great moves, but some of them are just trolling the left. The plastic straws, the Gulf of America, you name it. He knows what to do on the policy side and what goes right up the spines of the Democrats and the left. And I am enjoying these 3 weeks so far.
So am I. And a source was texting me a moment ago that he's hearing we might be about to light up, in his words, light up the Mexican cartels. Remember, the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has talked about potentially using U.S. military action to send a message to the cartels to stop poisoning and killing our children and grandchildren. So that's just a little tip. Pay attention to that. We may hear more about that over the weekend. Bobby, Tiana, we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.